Welcome to another video in the series Learnings from the Newspaper. In this video, we will look at an article with the topic 5 ways to effectively lead a large team. This article was published in the Economic Times dated 19th September 2017. So let us go through this article. So the article says, managers who lead large teams. Now, just to get the perspective for this discussion, assume a large team as a team of 1,000 members and assume that you are supposed to manage this large team of 1,000 members. So managers who lead large teams face different kinds of challenges. Often, the size of the team becomes a prohibitive factor in effective functioning. There may also be issues with proper coordination as a result of unsystematic communication. So the journalist here speaks to the experts for ways to effectively lead a large team. So let us look at these ways for effectively leading a large team. So the first point is focus on values. As a team increases in size, it becomes even more essential than before to focus on attitude and brand ethos as driving and motivating factors. Now remember, when you have a very large team, right? When you establish the team members come from different organizations or different educational institutes or different backgrounds, different diversity, and so on. So what will tie them together? And especially in a very large team, the differences or the difference of ideas may be huge. So you have to focus on values, which eventually will focus on the attitude and brand ethos as the driving and motivating factors. Remember to reinforce organizational vision and values. So these vision and values are basically the guiding factors which establish the purpose of the organization. That is the vision, and values are the factors which establish how that vision is going to be achieved. These values could be honesty, integrity, trust, transparency, meritocracy, and so on. And these values are the ones which eventually set the culture for the organization. Get your strategy in place and use that as a roadmap for how to grow the team, says Pallavi Jha. So here, the point is that establish the right vision and values for the organization so that when you have a large team, everybody knows what is the goal. How are we going to achieve the goal? And they all work towards achieving that goal with those values. The second point is create connections. So in a large team, it becomes important to instill within each team member a sense of belonging and team spirit. Team building activities like training and development programs, as well as brainstorming and ideation sessions, help a team understand each other better and work together smoothly. So basically, what is being said here is that we have to have the entire team connected with each other. Now, there are multiple ways of achieving it, like having team building activities. For example, take your team out for a picnic where there are sports and other activities so that people intermingle with each other. Have training programs or development programs where the team members attend these trainings and interact with each other so that they understand each other better. Similarly, brainstorming and ideation sessions can also help team understand each other better. So basically increase the interaction between the team members. Rotate the team members. If you have a team of 1,000 members, definitely you'll have a structure where each team member belongs to a smaller team of maybe 10 to 15 team members. So it is very important that each of these team members intermingles with the team members of other teams so that there is more interaction and they understand each other better. The third point is focus on accountability. Now, as a leader, it's important to emphasize an adherence to targets and forecasted growth. Hold timely catch-ups with your team in order to increase accountability and track your course of progress. So let's say you are the leader of 1,000-member team and you are given a goal to achieve $10 billion worth of sales. Now you may have 5 people directly reporting to you who further have their team members and so on, and that's how you have a 1,000-member team. Now for you to achieve the goal of $10 billion in sales, you will be allocating or giving targets to your direct reportees of $2 billion each. So each of the 5 members who are directly reporting to you will have a goal of achieving $2 billion of sales. Now those team members within your team may further distribute that within their direct reportees. So these targets set the accountability within your team. So the point here is that give this accountability to your team, and then so to make sure that you are on track to achieve these goals, set up a regular meeting with your direct reportees to understand the progress, understand the roadblocks they are facing, and try to help them with the roadblocks. So these targets that you provide to your team gives them a sense of accountability. So every team member should have some level of accountability depending on their span of control. The fourth point is drive better communication. Now, building strong communication channels across all levels of the organization is at the heart of being able to manage a large team. So sometimes there are difficult times or uncertain business environment that an organization goes through. And in those times, especially, if the communication is not good, then there are unnecessary rumors which spread within the team members. So it is very, very important to build a very strong and timely communication channel across all levels of the organization. Drive familiarity between colleagues in the team as well as with senior leaders. Focus on understanding your team, their strengths and weaknesses. The familiarity will also help you identify candidates with potential. I think that most of the brilliant ideas or brilliant business plans come from people who are at the ground level working on the field. Now, if the communication channels are not good enough, then those ideas are never going to reach the leaders, and look at the opportunity lost there. So it is very important that there is good communication within the team members and also between the team members and the senior leaders. The fifth point is ask for feedback. A manager needs to retrieve feedback from colleagues to understand how they have absorbed the message and what effect it has had on their working style. So this is kind of related to the fourth point, where you are communicating a very important message to the team. So you should get the feedback from the team as to what have they actually understood. Ineffective communication can lead to lack of coordination, which can be an organizational liability. So different messages have different interpretations. And at times, incorrect interpretations can prevail in an organization, thereby leading to the collapse of the organization. So it is very important to get the feedback from the team members. Typically, in my experience, this feedback should be done in an informal or casual way. Sometimes the leaders can have skip meetings and take some of the team members for lunches or dinners and interact with them to understand what they are going through. That is when the team members open up and give you a very open feedback. So these are some of the points to effectively manage a large team. Hope this video was useful. Please provide your feedback and your own experiences so that others can learn from it. Thank you.